Welcome to Foothills Pregnancy Resource Center and our 2023 Gala film event, FPRConnections. We are thrilled to be connecting with you, our donors and clients. In our brief film, we're going to meet 3 clients and learn how each of them connected with us. And then we'll experience special moments with our parenting group, plus highlights of our recent clinic renovation. But to begin with, let's enjoy a photo montage of Pamper Day, a spa-like event we were thrilled to get to host after a 3-year hiatus.
Winds rage, waves break, all the sanctuary made. Hands they hold what matters most, that faith in which I'm saved. And I will rise up, I will rise. The world can take and bruise and break, but I will rise.
We connect with our clients in a lot of different ways. And thanks to a generous grant from Life Advancement Group, for the past year, we've enjoyed a targeted Google ad connecting us to even more and more clients. Meanwhile, we're also connecting through our website, Facebook, and Instagram. Valen connected with us in this way.
His name is Hux Scully, and he's amazing. He's a little blessing for sure. I was going through definitely some hard times, and he really are just little miracles, and it's amazing. And he's brought a lot of family closer. He's brought out all the best in everyone. I feel like it's so awesome. You guys are amazing, and I just Googled really trying to just find out different resources, and this had the best reviews, and right away I got a phone call back, and I think it was Susie, and just you guys opened your arms and doors so quickly, like family, and it was just really special. And to go over everything in depth, it was very nice to have support. Well, I've had some miscarriages, and so I was pretty nervous about being pregnant, and I just wanted to know for sure with the ultrasound to see if there is anything, and just kind of give me more hope and faith. And she prayed with me, and that support meant more than anything. I'm gonna cry. Probably the hardest thing is I lost my husband. You know, the grieving process is hard.
Connected to FPRC, Valen received medical services, comfort in her grief, and now monthly supplies. Now let's meet Madison and her baby Anastasia, who connect each month for supplies.
It really means a lot to me because I'm able to make sure my daughter has everything she needs for her growing up, and being able to have diapers and wipes whenever I need them is really comforting. I had messaged on Facebook asking for diapers for my baby because my fiance just lost his job, and they messaged me back saying something about, oh, you should try like Foothills Pregnancy Resource Center. So I messaged them and I was like, oh, this sounds like a good idea, I'll try to do it. So I looked it up and came in and started the paperwork and got her everything I needed.
In addition to connecting individually with clients and hosting special client events like Pamper Day, we also love connecting through one-on-one mentoring and parenting classes.
Talking about this today. There's a difference between allergies and food intolerance. We were talking even today about how sometimes if a child is just intolerant to food, they'll grow out of it.
Connecting with our clients is our priority. And now, thanks in part to an amazingly generous grant from Save the Storks, we serve out of a renovated and upgraded center. You've only seen bits and pieces of our new clinic so far in tonight's film. So now let's take a more in-depth look at the miraculous transformation FPRC has just been through.
We, as your sons and daughters, we are here to serve you, Father God, glorify you in all that we do.
Pretty amazing, right? We just held an open house to celebrate our new clinic where clients and donors were able to connect with each other. Local businesses connected with us, donating items for a silent auction we held as part of the event. A very special thank you to those individuals and businesses.
Lord, we pray that the best days for Foothills Pregnancy Resource Center would be in the future.
And now at this point in our film, let's connect with Kellery and see why FPRC's heart and Kellery's heart are a perfect fit.
I was adopted as a little girl from Brazil with my 3 siblings from a very, very poor orphanage in Sao Paulo that was part of the slums. And there was a lot of difficulty that we had faced as little children, even leading up to going to the orphanage. So we had a mother that had been trafficked by her parents and was addicted to drugs and unable to care for us. And through a series of really supernatural events, although very difficult for us, because by the time our parents from America had come to adopt us, we had experienced pretty much every type of abuse that you can experience as a human, and we had experienced that as little children. Growing up as an adopted kid, I think there's a lot of confusion around your identity and why your parents maybe gave you up or weren't able to care for you. And when you come from a situation where you never actually got to speak to them, or they didn't really have a part in the adoption, then there's just a lot of things that need closure and a lot of misunderstandings. So you carry a lot of hurt and anger and confusion about your identity. And when I graduated from high school, although I had all honors and I had scholarships for college and all that kind of stuff, I had so much anger and so much confusion over where I had come from, why I was constantly feeling abandoned or neglected. And so I went into a serious rebellion, and within 6 months of graduating as an honors student, I was a convicted felon. I was in and out of jail for the next 7 years, and endured unbelievable abuse at the hands of abusive relationships, and just didn't know how to break the cycle of harm and hurt that I was experiencing. And after about 7 years, I was really at the end of my rope. I had given birth to a brand new baby girl, and she was 6 months old. I had gotten away from the criminal lifestyle, but I still hadn't given my life to the Lord, so I didn't know what it looked like to actually live right. And so even though I wasn't doing criminal behavior anymore, I was on the run from probation, and eventually was arrested when my little girl was 6 months old. And so in jail, I was facing 6 years in prison. And a Bible was left in my jail cell when I was booked in. And if anybody watching this knows anything about jail, that's kind of impossible because they clear those cells completely in between bookings. And so I eventually began to read the Bible and couldn't stop. And I was really at a life or death situation, or life or death crossroads. I was supernaturally released from from jail after 106 days. That's a very long story, but basically the judge said to me when I went to court, I told him my testimony. I said, I've given my life to the Lord while I've been in here. This is what I've learned, this is what He's taught me, and I think I have a real future. I think I could do something great for this world. And this part always gets me, but he said, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I think you're gonna do more good for the world being out for the next 6 years than being locked away from the world and from your daughter. I'm gonna let you go. And so that was the first time I realized that all God can offer is redemption and good. And that was very good for me to learn at that point because more hardship was still coming for me. I met a boy, a wonderful man who became my husband later. And he loved the Lord and taught me so much about God's character. And it was so good that we learned that because I didn't know how to completely close all the doors from my past. And about 1.5 years into our courtship, right before he was going to ask me to marry him, a person a bad person found out where I had lived and had been watching me, and showed up at my door one day and pushed their way into my house, and I was raped, and I got pregnant with twins, and my little girl was home, she was napping, and I just tried to make as little sound as possible so that she wouldn't wake up because she was 2 at the time. And we were kind of tossed back into another traumatic season and situation because I was about to get engaged and be married to the most perfect person for me. And things were getting better with my family, and we just were kind of thrown back into a storm. But I still knew that God was with me, and I made the decision to have the girls adopted upon their birth, even though I made an appointment for an abortion when it came time for the abortion, because I just kept saying to the Lord, like, I can't live through this. I cannot live through this on top of everything else. Like, this is just the last straw. This is the last thing. And if I have to have these girls and then give them up. I just don't think that's I don't think that I could do that, but I think I could go through with the abortion, and I couldn't do it. And so I made the decision that night as well to give the girls up for adoption to this woman that could not have children. And so I went through the pregnancy, had the girls completely supernaturally, pain-free, had them 8 minutes apart. And as soon as they were born, I was rolled out and their new parents walked in and adopted the girls. And 90 days later, I got married to the love of my life. On New Year's Day of 2023, I took a pregnancy test and found out that I was pregnant. And we were so excited because the Lord had been giving dreams and prophetic words even to my little son, who now at 4 really at the time, he woke up one day and he said, "Mom, Dad, I'm gonna have a baby sister and her name is Baby Star and I need to move my toys." And this was the day after Thanksgiving of 2022. So a month later, we didn't even know we were pregnant at the time. I said, that's cute, honey. And a month later, we found out that he was right, I was pregnant. And we decided to start calling the baby Baby Star right away. And so we discovered the pregnancy center about a month and a half into my pregnancy. And we were so blessed because we were still figuring out some things with insurance and we didn't know where my prenatal care would happen and stuff, but we wanted to confirm for sure that I was pregnant and just start the process of planning for a baby. And so we came here and met Susie and met the amazing staff, and we're so blessed to just instantly make a connection with Susie, with the pregnancy center, and just told a lot of our story to Susie, who was taking such great care of us, and let her know like we were so excited for this baby. We knew it was from the Lord, and we scheduled a ultrasound. And so 2 weeks later, we came back for the ultrasound, so excited. I had been feeling really sick, but I was okay because I was so excited for the baby. And we did the ultrasound, and Susie could not find the baby. We were all kind of sad because she came and she sat us down. She was so kind and said, "This is what an ectopic pregnancy is. This is what your doctors may have to do, but you know what? You guys are people of faith. We gotta pray." And so we all prayed together that day. We went home and we just began to pray because she said, "Let's schedule another ultrasound for 2 weeks from now." And so we went home. We told our closest friends and family, "You gotta be praying for us for our baby, praying for us, praying for the baby, and praying with us." And we came back 2 weeks later, and Susie and another technician were here. They did the ultrasound, and we just see it as a miracle because the baby was where it definitely was not. And we knew that God had done this for us, and the Baby Star had a powerful future. February 26th, we were about to have lunch with our pastors and our friends, and I started to feel strangely, and I started to have chest pain and back pain and arm pain, and everything was hurting. And I said, "There's something wrong." I said, "There's something wrong, there's something wrong." And they all started to pray for me, but I wasn't getting better, I was getting worse, and the pain was unbelievable, and I started to be unable to breathe. And they called 911, and the paramedics confirmed that I was having a heart attack. In fact, he said, "You're dying of a heart attack, and we need to get you to the hospital right now." And I said, "I'm pregnant." And they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe that I was young, I was healthy, and I was having a heart attack, and I was pregnant. They rushed us to the hospital, and Tim got there before us, and the doctors came to him and they said, "Your wife is on her way, and we're gonna put her into surgery, but we want you to know that if it comes down to it, we're gonna save your wife's life. But this she needs to be taken into heart surgery right away. We're just not sure what will happen with the pregnancy. That was very, very difficult for my husband. And that caused some pain and some need for healing that took some months after that. But I got there, they rushed me into surgery, and there was a successful surgery to put a stent in my heart, and they kept the baby and myself alive. And so God performed another miracle. We had to go to the doctor every single week of my pregnancy. And the first few weeks that we were going to see this medical team, we were told the risks, that it was, there's always a chance that it would be very, very difficult for me to endure labor and to have the baby, and that there were just some major risks, and that it wouldn't be possible probably to have the baby without at least a C-section, but I would probably want to consider an abortion or to end or terminate my pregnancy in case of even further trauma to my body or to my heart that would make it very difficult for me post-baby. And so they encouraged me to terminate the life of this little one. That was really hard to hear the first time. And then we heard it again and again and again and again. And even up until this beautiful little star was 24 weeks along in my stomach, they were encouraging me that it was perfectly safe and perfectly fine to end the pregnancy, to terminate her life. On August 26th, just a month ago, on August 26th of 2023, she was born complication-free, C-section-free. We had a very, very short delivery, and she's perfect. It's been confirmed that she is perfect from the top of her head to the tip of her toes and very long, beautiful fingers. That this little girl has an amazing future and an amazing life. And so much of her story started right here at the Pregnancy Center. And we are so grateful and so blessed.
FPRC was even able to connect Kellery to another area nonprofit, A Stable Space, who gifted Kellery and her family with a brand new nursery for baby Star.
Thank you so much, FPRC, and thanks to you, the donors who stay connected by giving your support. So many others like me get to connect with the services and support that's offered here and be blessed and have their families blessed and their little ones blessed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Please continue to support and continue to pray.
Thank you, Foothills Pregnancy Resource Center, for connecting many women, men, and children to hope.
FPRC was there just when I needed them. Please stay there for FPRC now and stay connected with your giving. Thank you.
Please connect with FPRC.
At FPRC, we love connecting with our clients. Now it's your turn to connect with us with your giving.
Just like a firm foundation is laid, you are the very foundation FPRC needs to connect with more and more who need their services. Thanks for giving and connecting.
I connected with Foothills Pregnancy Resource because I believe in what they do. Won't you connect too?
I've been on the board at Foothills Pregnancy Resource Center for the last 3 years and have seen it grow and expand. This is because of your love and support of our organization. I want to say thank you for connecting with us. Let's keep dreaming. Thanks again for your partnership.
I feel blessed serving at FPRC. I feel connected. Won't you please connect with your support? Thank you, and may the Lord bless you.
This is our big annual push where we ask for your support. What we do here would not be possible without you. Please give generously to FPRC.
Thank you for connecting with us.
FPRC thrives because of gifts from our donors and churches just like you. Thank you for your support and your connection. with our center.
What a tremendous reflection this is of the many ways that we get to connect with our clients. FPRC is so very thankful to each and every person who shared during this film. Most especially you. Those who just said it, well, I think they say it the best. Let's stay connected. Thank you for connecting with FPRC, Foothills Pregnancy Resource Center, in all of the ways that you do. Thank you.